Hey guys, I'm just doing a very quick Wonder Woman 1984 review. Now, I'm just going to start out with the positives. This movie was amazing, had brilliant acting, such a phenomenal story, excellent cinematography, and I'm even going to use a quote to describe the summary of this movie. A quote, I believe, from Bam Margera in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I'm lying straight to your face because it sucked. I hate this movie. Anyway, but this is not really a well-structured review. I'm just gonna be mentioning like my descriptions of the characters like as they come to my mind. So here we go. So Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. She was tolerable in this movie. Not saying that by a long stretch is a compliment, but she did do her part on the acting side to make you actually at least get some emotional feeling of tangibility to even the most unbelievably ridiculous scenes in the movie. So I'll give credit to Gal for that. She is still the definitive Wonder Woman, at least for my generation. I can't speak for previous generations because I wasn't around for those. So my apologies to the Linda Carter fans. Oh, spoiler alert. This is going to be a spoiler-filled review. I may or may not share spoilers, but if my tongue slips and I do share a bunch of spoilers, you've been warned. Linda Carter does get, spoiler alert again, a cameo in the end credit scenes, so all you Linda Carter fans stick around for that. Anyhow, let's see what other characters were in the movie. Cheetah, I said this from day one, as soon as I saw the trailer. This is just as bad as Jesse Eisenberg being cast as Lex Luthor, and I was proven right. This was just awful casting. Kristen Wiig, first of all, was way more hotter in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's a highly recommended movie, on my opinion. Go check it out. She was so hideous and ugly in this movie, and constantly playing the victim, to quote Minority Home Stephanie. This was so awful watching her. And what was Cheetah's design by the time she fully morphs at the end of the movie? What is this? Were they confusing her with Ben Stiller's job in Walter Mitty to take pictures of a snow leopard? Because that's exactly what she looked like. A snow leopard. A snow leopard is not a cheetah, for those of you who know basic animal geography. Anyway. Maxwell Lord. I know they tried to sell this last minute as some anti-Trump, Ponzi schematic character, but we all know that that probably wasn't the original basis, but they tried to morph it because they knew this has been sitting on delays for quite some time now, because we were supposed to get this movie a year or 2 years ago. And you see what happened, of course, throughout this year, but basically, Maxwell Lord, how much more on the nose are you going to get that you possibly might be an anti-Trump character? I mean, a television celebrity, a excellent businessman, you magically build walls, you stole the presidency to make everyone's wishes come true? Okay, all right. Anyway, and then, to top it all off, from his ridiculously overacting throughout the entire movie, I'm sorry, Pedro Pascal, you're talented, but this was just way too over the top. You needed a different character to go this ballistic with. I'm sorry. Because I still feel like you were holding back despite how much overacting you were doing in this movie. Anyway, only to try to feel sympathy for him at the end for, I don't know how two blonde people, we know Pedro Pascal is, Mexican in real life, but two blonde people give birth to, what, an Asian-looking black-haired child? Unless he's adopted, Alistair? Make that make sense. Anyway, at least from the lady I saw helping him in the office, I don't even know if that's his lover, unless, again, he's adopted or that's from a previous lover, we don't know. For the amount of times women are so-called flirted and harassed with in this movie, who knows? Anyway, so getting back to the character of Cheetah. So she goes from nerd to attention seeking whore to I don't want to be like Diana anymore. I want to be myself. All overnight, it seems. I mean, this evolution of character seems like every next level is some, oh, I've been victimized for something, so I gotta push harder to the next, biggest victimization that I can, describe myself with. It was so confusing. I couldn't even follow her character for what it was. And please, I would have much rather a live action version of the Injustice 2 version of Cheetah than this crap that we got. What are the characters in the movie? Steve Trevor. What is his purpose in this movie? Was Steve Trevor just brought back because Diana hasn't gotten her freak on since World War One? Like, what purpose does he serve? He's just here to tag along, and as I think, what was it? Was it How It Should Have Ended or another honest reviews, I believe, of The Rise of Skywalker? He's just fighting to keep himself in the movie, just like Poe and Finn in The Rise of Skywalker. Like, what is his purpose here? He's just tagging along for the ride, only to get wished back into non-existence by the end. And I know this is a dirty joke, but Gal Gadot, you're not fooling anybody. We all know the only way you please yourself in the bedroom with your real-life husband is by imagining that Chris Pine's face is on his head. Anyway, jokes aside, what was Steve Trevor's purpose? The real thing that bothers me is that pretty much his character was brought back for the exact same reason that women always complain about. Oh, we're always the sex eye candy. We're not made. There's so much more to us in these movies. Well, guess what? You just did the same thing to Steve Trevor. He is just sex eye candy in this movie. He serves no purpose to the story. Should have never been brought back. Maybe for just a fantasy cameo dream sequence, but not for the runtime that he was in this movie. He served no purpose. I'm sorry. Anyway, gosh, who else is in this movie? I think I pretty much covered the main ones that stood out the most to me. Let's get back to Cheetah's reasonings for attacking the man in that, almost alley sequence before the homeless man stops her. So in the movie, Cheetah feeds this homeless man, that she cares for in the park. And then this guy flirts and harasses her, which is seems like to be the tagline of this entire movie for Cheetah in a lot of different sections. And this same guy appears later on. And then Cheetah now has gotten her strength, which is her wish to be powerful like Diana. And she finally, beats the crap out of this guy. And come to find out that the homeless man saw what she was doing at the last minute and was wondering why she was doing this. And instead of giving him even father-like respect, possibly, we know it's not the father, but at least how you call certain people who are your elders, like uncle and auntie and that of the sort. Instead of showing him that respect, mind your own business. What? And then later in the movie, come to find out Diana tells her, you've been attacking innocent men. How is that man innocent? He tried to sexually harass Cheetah. Do you see how this movie is just full of self-defeating arguments? At almost every turn, they make an argument in the beginning and middle of the movie, only to end the movie by defeating all the arguments they already made for the rest of the film. What a freaking waste of time. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep this rant as short as possible. I think I've said all that needs to be said. If there's anything else positive I can find about the movie, I love the intro. Young Diana was great. The mall scenes and sequences, even though it's getting surprisingly some complaints, that was 80s quality that I actually liked and I could have tolerated for an entire movie. The rest of the convoluted plot that what we got for this movie was a snooze fest. We literally had to wait sometimes, 20 minutes, half hour for even barely an inch of an action sequence. And there was so much useless dialogue in this movie. Dare I say this movie is more boring than Captain Marvel? There, I said it. Anyway, signing off, guys. For those of you who want to check out Wonder Woman 1984, comes with your HBO Max subscription. Or if you want to keep theaters alive, go check it out at your local movie theater. Take care, you guys. Not recommended. Please don't watch this movie unless you need to really, really save movie theaters.